guys, so I am starting my first overnight backpacking trip. Here we go. So I'm out here on my first ever overnight backpacking trip. It is only a one-night trip. I'm just hiking 6.4 miles to a campsite, and then in the morning I'll hike back to my car. So pretty simple, just something to kind of get my feet wet, test out my gear, test out my courage sleeping alone in the woods. So yeah, but I'm excited to be out here. It's finally like happening. Like I've been wanting to be out here so bad, and I finally have the gear. It's finally fall, and I'm actually doing it, backpacking, so that's cool. So things I'm nervous about, first and foremost, is, like I said, sleeping alone in the woods. I'm pretty comfortable out on a day hike in the woods by myself, just hiking and so on, but I feel like a big test of my courage will be actually sleeping alone for the first time in the woods. Not at a state park, not by my car at a car camping site, you know, like at a primitive spot along the Florida Trail in the woods 6 miles from my car. So I think that at the very least I'll be mildly unsettled. I don't expect that it's going to be this blissful experience where I'm just like happy to be in nature and enjoying the moon and the stars, and you know, I know myself, and I don't think that's going to be my experience. It could be, I guess, but I think I'll be at least, like I said, mildly unsettled, but possibly like totally terrified, fighting off panic, waiting to be eaten by a bear in the middle of the night. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I am nervous about that, but I think I'll survive. I brought bear spray. I didn't even research if it's really like necessary or recommended in this area. Sometimes I carry it when I'm day hiking, sometimes I don't, but I brought it just because I felt like I would be more comfortable in my tent tonight, and it's my first night, so it's okay if I have that crutch, I think. But anyway, other than that, I'm not really super concerned about anything. I'm mostly just excited. If I were to be concerned about other things, I guess one thing would be just the possibility of a social interaction at camp. That sounds silly, but I guess on my first night, even though I would probably be comforted by the presence of other people, my first night in the woods, like, I kind of just don't want an audience. You know, I feel like I'm going to be like clumsy with my stove, and like clumsy hanging my bear bag, and finding a place to set up my tent, and doing camp chores, and trying to like escape to the bathroom, and that's all new, and I'm just afraid I'll be sort of clumsy and people will be watching. So I kind of hope I'm camping alone, and it's the middle of the week, so I kind of think I will be, but we'll see. And then the third thing is I have not yet hung a bear bag, and I have to do that tonight. I kept meaning to practice it and never did. I've been busy. So I watched a video this morning of a Z-Packs guy teaching you how to hang your bear bag. So I think I can do this, but that might be interesting. So, yeah, other than that, I'm good. It's a little bit warmer and buggier than I wanted today. I was hoping for like cool, crisp fall air, but it's going to be like a low of 72 tonight, and I have a 10-degree sleeping bag. So, you know, but that's okay. I'm just happy to be out here. I'm proud of myself for kind of like taking the next step and pushing myself outside of my comfort zone again, and you know, I'll grow because of that. And this is what I've wanted for a long time, is to be out here in the woods and to not have to think about, you know, getting out on time to get to my car before the sun goes down and get home and cook dinner and blah blah blah. I'm actually backpacking. So anyway, small steps, but I'm excited. Stopping for lunch. Pine bar, skinny pop, and kachava. Kind of glad I don't have to filter water here. my sketchy little bridge. Hey guys, so I am taking a break at one of my favorite, most familiar spots here. Good place for me to filter water for my very first time. Makes me feel like a real backpacker. So let's see how the water actually tastes. Very good. Y'all, I made it to camp about 4:10, later than I thought. That pack was heavy of those last 3 miles, but I made it. So I knew there would be hiccups, and I guess the first major one is with cooking. Well guys, I thought I'd show you around camp real quick. Some wonderful people put that log there to sit on or sit with your back against, and I am very thankful. There's my food bag and my stove. My dinner's in there cooking. Packaging says to wait 5 minutes after pouring the water in there and stirring, so I'll have dinner in a few. And then I set up my tent over here, and it is hot as junk, so I opened all the doors. Home sweet home. And then down here, like behind where I have my tent set up, is this incredible view. The shoals, Big Shoals. It'll also make for some really peaceful background noise tonight. I've been looking for my name on this board here. I'm pretty sure that when they put this up last year, I was the first person to record my name on it and the date as I was coming through on a day hike. And I think I have found my handwriting in the blue there where it says Florida, but it's kind of been written over and I can't even tell what I wrote. But that's kind of cool. I'm back. I don't think there's a marker though, so I won't be recording it. It's good. Like legit, it's good. So yeah, honestly today was kind of tough. I meant to come into this like well rested and well hydrated. I did neither. I haven't slept well in a few nights, and last night I hardly slept at all. And I was dehydrated, even though I've drank like 3.5 liters of water today. I still feel like kind of headachy and just not, you know, at my best. But regardless, I made it here. Today was 6.4 miles. And I kind of thought I wanted to take my time and kind of savor every moment of my first overnight trip. And I did up until about lunch. But then the heat kind of started getting to me and the bugs. After I left from where I had lunch, the mosquitoes just got insane. Like, I didn't film because I just couldn't stop. Like, they would swarm me as soon as I stopped. And I freaking hate mosquitoes, and that drove me crazy. It was super hot. And honestly, the pack started to feel heavy. I wish I could be like, oh, it was a breeze, it was totally fine, but no, 6.4 miles with a pack is way different than 6.4 miles without it. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of tough. And after camp, I just was kind of sick of savoring all the moments and just ready to get to camp and chill. So, I did, but even so, I was slow, and I didn't get to camp until 4 o'clock. Set up the tent, pulled all my stuff out. My tent was a pain in the butt to set up. But I got it, and I think I'm in a good spot, I guess. And then I started cooking dinner, and like, I guess I had it on way too high, the stove. Like, I don't know why the little thing turns so far if it's like dangerous to turn it more than half an inch to the left. But it got super hot super fast, and I hadn't undone the little handle on my pot, and the pot was so hot and I couldn't touch it. And so I got out my little pot holder, like the little orange thing the pot came in, and immediately like burnt 2 holes in it, but managed to get my pot off the stove and turn the stove down because I wasn't able to touch it because it was so hot. So anyway, that was kind of funny. I'm hoping I'll kind of perk up after dinner. Like I said, I just feel kind of like lightheaded and headachy. Definitely tired. For about the last mile or so, my legs, not my legs, my back, it was aching pretty good, and the bottom of my feet, they were hurting. But oh, now I'm choking on my food. But regardless, I'm proud of myself because I made it through my first day, and I'm at camp, and honestly, I'm so tired, I just feel sort of relieved to be here and to just be sitting. I'm sure as the sun goes down, I'll start to feel nervous, but I should be able to be in my tent by the time it gets dark, after I eat and do a few camp chores. So, yeah, that's how the day went. It feels good to be out here and be backpacking. Well guys, I think I did pretty good hanging my bear bag. I'm gonna have a time with those knots in the morning, but I don't think any bear is gonna get my food. Hey guys, so I am in my tent. The plan is to wait until 6:45 and go pee. Sundown is at 7:08, and I want to be back in my tent before dark, and I want to wait as late as possible to go pee so I don't have to get up in the middle of the night in the dark to do that. So just chilling in my tent, wondering what this night's going to be like. Hope it's good. I think it will be fine. It's just really hot. I know my face is like red and blotchy. My hair is glued to my head with sweat. So I'm kind of ready for it to get dark and cool down for that. But, alright y'all, so I am in my tent for good for the rest of the night. It's not quite dark yet. Should be any moment now, but I called my mom and I've been texting my best friend just to kind of feel connected to the outside world. I haven't talked to or seen another person all day, so yeah, that was good. That helped me to not feel so like isolated, I guess. But I'm hoping this will go okay. I think it will. I'm actually pretty tired too, so I think I'll sleep at least a little bit. I hope so. But yeah, wish me luck.